We are the people of the 21st century. We are highly evolved creatures. We have conquered all the elements. We descended to the bottom of the Mariinsky Trench, flew into the sky, conquered Everest, visited space, created world masterpieces of architecture, music, painting and literature. But these are not all our achievements. We are human, highly developed people of the 21st century, and we continue to exterminate ourselves in the most cruel ways, as we did 100, 500, 5,000 years ago. Only we improve the methods of extermination and exploitation, and we honed our skills in the art of hypocrisy, calling it politics. Just in the last 25 years, more than 2 million people have died in military conflicts. And that's not counting the constant economic and political exploitation of third world countries, where 24,000 people die of hunger every day. And we have learned to destroy our planet very effectively. Why so? You, yes you, if you have the courage to admit the truth, if you have the courage to honestly look at the causes of what is happening, rejecting propaganda that justifies injustice, realize and accept them, then all is not lost. Worse, what are their reasons? The first is the desire, by any means, to conquer the resources of other countries. At the same time, it's important that the country, the owner of the resources, remains primitive, underdeveloped and incapable to resisting the aggressor either military, economically or politically. This is direct exploitation of foreign country and the people who live there and their children. As a rule, the government in such countries is set up by the exploiting country under the guise of the formation of democracy and supports the regime of the exploiters, because of which civil wars, ethnic wars and religious wars periodically flare up in the country. Secondly, this is the waging wars for preventive protection against encroachment from outside. The desire to protect itself from the artful hypocrisy of developed countries. These are wars against global mono-domination. Third, religious wars. Another attempt at exploitation by becoming a correct face and maintaining in the country a state of constantly lasting religious war. What does not allow the country to get on its feet and switch attention to the fight against external aggression. Wars for expansion of territory, national wars. These are all special cases of attempts to exploit and protect against it. Think about it. The cause of all conflicts is the desire to exploit and profit at the expense of others. Where does this wild desire come from? A proud, self-respecting person will never agree to this. After all, you will not agree to kill and exploit others for your own gain. But why is this happening on the planetary scale? Now, in the 21st century, there is an answer. There is the level of our development. We are still, for the most part, primitive creatures who set the goal of their lives to strive for material wealth. Capitalism and the ruling philosophy of consumption teach us this from childhood. And this philosophy is aligned to spiritually and human qualities. And we, like blind sheep in the 21st century, continue to pray to the golden calf and set the goal of our lives to enrich ourselves by any means. We have reached the point where the 100 richest people on the planet have a fortune equivalent to that of the rest of humanity. If in a family one person has everything and the rest of the family lead a beggarly life, we say that this is a sick person. But on a planetary scale, for similar behavior, we say, great guy, you are cool, You are the role model for all of us. Planet. What happens to it in the age of capitalism and the philosophy of consumption? Are commands needed here? We produce goods not to help people and all life on this planet, but in order to sell more and earn more. What is the primary goal of any company? Sales grows and profit grows. No matter how beautiful the slogans and values on this company are, its main goal is to increase sales and increase profits. At the same time, the task of marketing any company is by hook or by crook to create demand and sell more goods, which in a day turns into mountains of non-recyclable waste. If you have the courage, you will admit it. And if you don't have it, and you are still looking for justifications for the existing order, as you understand that the exploiter is your native country, then believe me, it's impossible to build an island of happiness in the ocean of suffering. They will knock on your door sooner or later, in the form of religious wars, the invasion of embittered immigrants, the economic world crisis, or nuclear war. So, who's guilty? They are not here. There is an existing thick philosophy of consumption and capitalism that does more harm than good. This is just a stage of our evolution, to the end of which we are gradually approaching. The growing tension is the witness of that can soon turn into a big bang, which will either kill us or through the pain will make us realize everything and take a step in our development. After all, through pain comes the deepest awareness. The million-dollar question: what to do? Realize your life and the life of the planet. To learn not to see propaganda and advertising, not to respond to the herb instinct of striving for enrichment at any cost. Save only our development, spiritual development and awareness of life. The realization that material goods do not make people happier. Awareness and acceptance of real human values, love and help to those who are nearby. We will be saved by a paradigm shift, a transition from egocentrism, when the whole world is only for you, to the philosophy of neo-humanism, when you are for the whole world. When the main value and reason for your happiness is the realization that you live for the sake of others, that you are able to help others. You are a warrior for the happiness and prosperity of the whole world. You owe everyone and no one owes you anything. Only realizing this, we will evolutionarily move to a new level, not through war and revolution, but through development and evolution. Only this way and nothing else. Therefore, the mission of each of us is to be aware of life and help others to be aware. Having gathered a critical mass of those who have realized, we will step over this painful stage of mutual destruction and destruction of our planet. Having gained a critical mass, the paradigm of all mankind will be broken. Good luck to all of us.